Hey, welcome, you guys. Today is part 2 of my interview with Catia Sikora and Katie Snap, co-owners of Waco Mom. And they get a little bit more personal about their motherhood journeys. I think you're going to get a lot out of what we talk about today. So enjoy. What do you think in your motherhood, in your being a mommy, where do you feel like you fall short as a mom? And then I'm going to flip the question in a second.
Katie
my list is too long.
And she's like, I'm like, thanks. Okay. Oh, goodness. Okay, so I thought about this one I feel like I fall short these days, I think in this season, being present. And I think
that's why I knew
well, and I think both of us, like, I think it's so right. But I think, like, there's this battle, like, there's this, like, external battle happening to pull mothers away, like, whether it be your phone, whether it be things that you're involved in, or even in serving, even in doing good things. Like, you can get so pulled away that you're not present with your kiddos. And I feel like the last month and a half alone was so hard. It was such a battle for me to be present with my kids, like emotionally, everything that we were experiencing and going through. I felt like that was under attack for my, like, just my own personal self. And it is just kind of the reality of where we live. Like, we have so much media stuff, like there's so much comparison. There's so much, you know, I think that right now is an area where I have to battle to kind of be present with my kiddos. And it doesn't feel good saying it out loud, but I'm like, when I say it out loud, I release the power it has over me. You know, I'm like, I know this is something that I can be, like, I can grow in, and I will never be perfect in this area, but I can point it out and see opportunity for growth.
Absolutely.
Catia and I are very, very similar in the sense, I mean, we've taken every personality test, our intentions are always on the same page, but we're very different in the sense, I think Catia said at one point in time in her various research that she's left-brained and I'm right-brained.
Something like that.
Someone's
left, someone's right.
We approach it differently, but we always have the same intentions, same feelings. And my answer was very similar, is being present. I think it's a lot of why we moved to Waco. We were living in uptown and downtown Dallas, and I was, you know, I'm a mover, I'm a shaker. I like to work, I like to achieve, and I realized it was overwhelming me. And I felt like I was going to float away with all of the stuff that I had going on. And it was very much, I wanted to get back to my core. I wanted to be present. We're so accessible. And in real estate, we get text messages all day, every day. Waco
Both
Moms.
of our jobs are very accessible.
We're so accessible. And it's like, you know, you have to communicate with that person right now. And when last night, just even someone was texting me, or we're having even a personal conversation, and I'm just looking, and my kids don't realize that I'm working, or they don't realize that this is like a serious topic that I'm having with someone.
Sure.
All they see is that I'm staring at my phone.
Absolutely.
And that breaks my heart, because here I am being like, put your tablet down. Put your tablet down. Here, talk to mommy. Have a conversation with mommy. And here I am just. They don't know that I'm ordering groceries. They don't know that I'm doing. So putting my phone down was a big step. And we took it a step further from moving to the family-oriented, wonderful place that Waco is. And we moved outside of Waco in Lorena during COVID. And my husband grew up in Lorena on a ranch. And the peace and the separation. And I as much as I trash talk my 25-minute drive into town every single day.
Always curious.
That moment of separation of like, I'm going to leave that behind. Yes. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to go home, and I'm going to try and be at peace and try and focus on my family. But being present is definitely a struggle. And then for me, I guess, to make mine unique is when I get overwhelmed and overstimulated, I'm very quick. And I get very nervous, and it really comes from a heart of feeling like I'm failing someone or letting them down, but it comes out as frustration and anger, like I'm angry with them, and I'm really just very frustrated with myself. So checking that and clarifying that and saying that to my kids and saying, I'm so sorry, I was just on my phone. Mommy was ordering groceries, and then someone messaged me for work, and I'm sorry, that's not acceptable. I want to pay attention to you right now. But just acknowledging what I was doing, why I needed to stop, and making sure they knew that I am not frustrated with them. I'm just overstimulated.
And it's like you have to be intentional with being present. Like
exactly.
It is. When I say a battle, I don't mean like you just like I'm going to be better about being present. It's like a very intentional plan. To fight for being intentional with your kids, and it's not. I mean,
And it's really
amount
about
of things that are pulling you away.
It's really about everything.
Yeah.
What I have found is nothing's going to happen by accident.
No.
Your marriage won't accidentally be good.
No.
Truth. You're going to have to work at it.
Yep.
Truth.
Your kids won't get all of you accidentally. That is something, like you said, you have to be intentional about. And I want to encourage, that's a 51-year-old whose youngest is 14. I already have grown kids. I've done so many things wrong. But one thing that I have learned is that when we quickly own and recognize, you know what, I suck at this right here. This right here is not okay. This isn't good. And that doesn't mean everything in your life has to be perfect. It just, trust me, there are several things I'm aware that I'm like, wah, wah, I don't care. Like, I'm just not going to give it a lot of time. It's okay.
Yes.
It just doesn't matter. But the things that matter, recognizing it first and going, that right there. And here's the thing. It's not about being able to now go, oh, I got it. I see it. Just because you see it doesn't mean it's going to change. Yeah. And if you could change it, wouldn't you have already?
It's true.
If you were able to do it, you would have already done it because you see. And so I think it's a beautiful thing when we recognize I have shortcomings. I have weaknesses, and that's okay. And that's when, for me, the scripture, boast in your weaknesses, finally made sense and finally came alive. For boasting in my weakness is literally me going, I am not good at this right here.
It is a disclosure of
And
self.
here it is. And I'm going to leave it there. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to say, but tomorrow I'm going to do better. And I've got this 5-step plan. Nope. Look, see, I'm terrible at this, and I believe that's when God steps in.
Yeah.
And then you can't take any credit whatsoever because nope, I already said I'm bad at this. And you just start seeing and recognizing. And for me, it was, here's your opportunity right here. Oh, yes, thank you. Here's my opportunity. I'm here. Here I am. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate, and that's why I put this question on there for you guys.
Thank you.
Those of us that are in a leadership role of any kind, whether you want it or not, people are watching you. Yeah. And it's not beneficial to put off a persona that we got this and I got something to give you and I know and here's how you do it and whatever. Yeah. There's some things you're going to give away, and that's my next question. But those things that we recognize are wah, people really do benefit, because how many people have we just encouraged to go, yes, I have my shortcoming and here's mine. And okay, I want this to change, but I can't change it myself. How many people just benefited from that? And that's when I get excited about life and about motherhood and women supporting women. So what is one of your biggest strengths, and how are you using that in your life presently?
Katie, you go first this time.
I was going to say, I don't have an answer to this question, so I'm just going to make one up. I will say I try to be very, very self-aware. And this kind of piggybacks on what we were just saying. It's just like, I am my own worst critic. I don't have a thought that goes through my mind that does not come out my mouth. So that just means that my inner monologue of, Katie, you're such a goofball. Katie, you didn't put lotion on your legs. Katie, of course your toes aren't done. Katie, of course you lost your patience with your kids or walked out in your front yard with your nightgown on and all your neighbors saw you. Like, I feel almost the need to admit that to people right off the bat, because I'm just like, disclosure. And maybe it comes from military brat. I feel the need to introduce myself with any 5 minutes. I'm an oversharer. And I'm like, just so you know, this is what you're getting involved with. But because of that, it really, I think, disarms people a little bit. And it kind of just makes them aware of my intentions more. Yeah. And I think when we're aware of each other's intentions, we read how they're behaving differently. And we're just like, Katie's not stressed out because she's a perfectionist. Katie's stressed out because she really feels like she's letting me down. And how do I know that? Because she told me 25 times. And I will. Absolutely. And I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I try and tell people exactly where I'm coming from. And, nowadays I think the trending topic is like oversharing in social situations because we don't know how to interact with people. And I'm just like, no, I've always been that way. That's not something that happened to me.
Social media didn't make me that way.
No, I've always been that way. Just because because I'm like,
this way.
I am. I'm just an oversharer, and I want people to know like what they're signing up for, and take me or leave me. But just know, like, don't be fooled. I am an imperfect person.
Yes. This is me. I love
this
it.
is me.
Good.
Yes.
Very good.
Goodness. Okay, so I think I love really, really hard and really, really, like, I'm very loyal and I love really hard. And I think that I can see that as a strength. And at the same time, it comes with like this battle of holding a lot and just taking in so much. And because I want to love everybody well, you know, it can kind of be both. But I do think I don't ever, and I told this to Katie, I said, I never want to ever assume the worst. And I know that can, I will always assume good intention. I will love people really well. I will see the good in people all the time. And I never want to change that. I think that is a strength that I have that the Lord has gifted me with. Like, it's not of me. Like, he really gifted me to have the ability to like really see people's good qualities. But it makes me vulnerable, and it makes me, you know, like, you know, you have to balance it out really well. But, I'm a lover. I love really
it's a
hard.
gift to you that God gave. It's also a gift to me because I literally just said, I put my foot in my mouth 100 times, and you just said, I inherently give grace and give everybody the benefit of the doubt. And so
100%.
I'm like, God gave me a gift when he gave Catia that trait, because she's just like, no, I know exactly what you meant by that. You love everyone. And I was like, I love that. That's what you heard.
Yes, we have several but it's easy for, you know, things to just get twisted and things to fall apart. And you know, but we don't want to linger on that too much, because like at the end of the day, like we're not perfect. None of us are carrying this like, hey, we're perfect badge. You know, we recognize that we have shortcomings, and it's better for me to see the good in people. I refuse to, I want to assume good intention all the time.
So good. You guys can see why I had these ladies on with me today. There's so much wealth here.
Thank you.
You guys have so much to offer, so much to give, including your shortcomings and your weaknesses. And I hope you both know that the whole part of who you are is blessing so many people. And what I'm hoping is it turns right back around, and all of the many moms that you guys are loving on and serving and wanting to help, that now they get to hear and go, okay, I want to be who I am, my full self, without any apologies, without any hesitancy, that I can head to toe be used and of the Lord for the benefit of others, no matter
and
what.
For His glory.
It is. And it's so refreshing. And I'm so happy you guys are leading women here in Waco. It's so exciting. And what is the final thing that you would like for our listeners to know about Waco Moms?
Fun.
Waco Moms is 100% here for the support of women in our local community, mothers in our local community. Like, there is no members only club whatsoever.
Not at all. It is not a membership.
We have people who approach us and they're like, so I'm not a mom yet, but I can't wait until I am so I can hang out with you. And I was like, who said you couldn't hang out with us?
Yes, good.
And as far as the businesses in our community are concerned, is we know, I mean, we're business women without a doubt. We know who the consumers are in our community, and we know their needs, and we know how to reach them. We had a national provider come out to us, and they were just like, hey, we really like this back to busy concept. And we're just like, ooh, so we know our moms.
Nobody wants to get back to
that's
busy.
That's not going to make them feel good.
Busy you're not doing that.
No, it's like, when did we stop being busy?
We got off the call, and I looked at Katie. I'm like, that is not going to work. Like that, we
told them, we're like, we can spin this to make it to where it's going to work for our moms and reach our moms, but we also know that like they're not going to receive that well.
Yeah.
And
we're
so
not receiving it well.
Giving those messages and being like the voice for our, you know, community of moms as far as the businesses are concerned. We're just like, if you want to make a match between a mom and your business, then you need to speak mom. You need to make sure you recognize where they're coming
moms.
from.
Exactly.
You need to know what they're feeling and thinking, and most of the time they're beating themselves up.
Exactly.
Don't tell them to do more.
Yes.
Please don't tell them to do more.
Goodness.
We are doing the best we can.
Is this not enough?
No.
Yes. Really, that we're open. We post on our social media platform about coffee and community, but we host 2 yearly events. Typically that's as, you know, goes with our network and what we can do. I know that we're trying to plan sort of a give back event here in the maybe next month or so, and it'll be kind of more of like a just getting together, getting our kids involved in community service. So we'll have little things here and there. So just like learning that you can come and be a part of something that is trying to go out to the community and be a service and be a resource and be a space for moms to come and connect. Like we really want to connect moms.
In all areas of moms.
Truly.
Like I think for a while it was kind of like, so are you like Woodway moms or can I start Lorena moms or can we do this? And we're just like, no.
Like we are
Waco Moms. McLennan County moms.
That's good.
McLennan County isn't like as like you can't. It doesn't come like it doesn't roll up. But I mean, it's really like
the Waco area moms. And one of the things that we're super excited about, or two of the things, is it's Mental Health Awareness Month. So we want to plug that we installed a Help Now button on our website, and it just takes you immediately to an unsponsored, unpaid list of mental health providers. That was something we were very passionate about.
On my Instagram.
Thank you. Having Googled, I need help in the middle of the night. Like our websites here in Waco are not coming up on Google. So come to Waco Moms so that you can know where to go and how to go. And then Catia has done something that we've been really passionate about that I'm so proud of, and that's reaching all cultures within Waco. We're trying all the time to bring in more.
Shout out Mamas of Waco.
Mamas of Waco.
Mamas of Waco.
We love Mamas of Waco.
So Madi came to me, and she just a lot of confusion around Waco Moms is that we are a nonprofit, and so I think when we break down, hey, like we are part of a network, like this is kind of it's different. We are not a nonprofit, but we partner with a lot of local nonprofits to highlight them, which is what we're hoping to do next month. But she came and she's like, I know there's a need also in the Hispanic community to like come together and build a space for the moms, especially post-COVID. They have been a little bit, she's like, I think they're a little bit more reluctant to gather.
Got it.
And it started with one invite. And then,
It's the best.
2 months now, they've started to come to Coffee and Community.
Good.
And I refuse to separate it. I refuse to make it separate things. Like,
Come
join us. I'm bilingual, so I can speak to them. Michelle Leatherwood on our team is also bilingual.
Yes.
I'm not. I'm just a big cultural supporter.
But Katie's like, yes, like we
I can speak French, but we haven't tapped into that yet.
But we just so desire for our Waco community, all of our community to come together, and because again, motherhood is a universal language.
Yes.
There is nothing else you need to know that hey, you're a mom, you're tired. Hey, I'm a mom, I'm tired.
Yep. So what do you guys would say is the best way for people to find out about these different things that you're offering, the events or the blogs to read? What's the best method to tap in?
Being moms, we recognize everybody's busy. So that's another thing that we tell our businesses is we meet moms where they are, which the reality is we're sitting in the carpool line on our phone. Yep. And with that comes social media. With that comes our website. But I would say our Instagram is probably our most regularly updated platform.
Okay. So at Waco Moms.
At Waco Moms Instagram. And then the Moms of Waco, or the Waco Moms, .com is our website, and that is where we try and give more educational pieces, more meaningful pieces, more, all of our contributors write for us every single month, so that's where you're going to have a lot of that heartfelt, thoughtful content. But as far as regular updates and just general sense of who we are.
Are you guys still doing newsletters? Or
yes, we do have our newsletter.
We have a monthly, it's bi-weekly newsletter that goes out, and we have the reality is if you're in your email, if you're on social media, if you're online,
great,
you can want to be there.
Good.
And apparently now we're on the air.
Yes,
and
you
now
are.
we're on this our first podcast.
Yes, love it. You guys, this has been a real treat. I've enjoyed getting to know y'all more. I'm sure the listeners and watchers now, because I'm on video, got a lot out of this, and it's always good to know the person behind the production. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
It's helpful for people when they get to know me in an interview as the owner of Waco Doula, and it's not just, this organization. It's so helpful for people to get to know who you guys are and know what you're about, because they're going to now really understand what Waco Moms is about. And I'm hoping you guys get a big surge in people that are wanting to jump in and help and serve and to be served. So thank y'all for coming today.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having us. This is an incredible opportunity. We're just grateful for it. Thank you for having us.
Yeah. We never want to assume anyone just wants to know about us. I think
that's
we're very much we're not influencers. Don't follow what I do or say. But it is important to understand the people behind it and 100%. The intentionality behind it.
Yeah. Oh, you're welcome.
You're
Thanks,
such an
y'all.
encourager,
Yes.
by the way.
Thanks.
So thank
Really?
you.
Appreciate it. Thanks, ladies.
Thanks
for joining us. Thank you for listening to My Doula Micah. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube at My Doula Micah. We can also get connected at mydoulamicah.com. If you're interested in checking out my book, the link to The Humor in Birth, Stories and Insights from a Doula can be found on all of these social platforms. Be sure to share and subscribe. I'll be here next week, so please be sure to join me again. And this podcast was produced by Rogue Media Network.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.